All right, check this out. I got these carbs back on, and where to start? One thing, these are the plastic carbs, so these bowls, they'll end up getting a little warped. There's not much you can do about it. It is what it is, right? So there they are. Anyway, before you put them on, you take you like 120 grit sandpaper and then put it on a real flat surface and go like one way 10 times, this way 10 times, until you get that bottom of that bowl flat. Clean it off, make sure it's good and clean, get it as flat as you can, then put them back on. That's the first thing. The second thing is, I don't know what it is, man. Like, I get some weird ones, man. I don't know how to say it other than just say it. Sometimes you just get stuff that you're like, what happened? And what I'm talking about was, this had this, I'll pull it back far enough, but this had this, my last video, like working on this, I cut this off, this little piece right here. And it was, you know, it was on this thing right here, right? Which, you know, I may try to even... Anyway, I cut this piece off. And I thought, all it needs is a new roller. So I bought a new roller. And you buy, like you see them worn out all the time. So then you just replace the roller, the cam roller. So I bought one, right? So I put it on and it's too big. And I'm like, huh? That's the first thing. I'm looking at this and I'm like, why is it too big? This is for this year. So I'm like, did they put another set of carbs on this? What did they do? Because this piece, you know, it's on there, right? And everything. But then I look and I'm like, wait a minute. This is not even, like, if I, like, look where it's hitting. Well, that's not gonna work. So do we have something wrong here? The spacing is wrong. So I look at this. I'm trying to get in here as close as I can. But right here, you know, that's the casting. So it's got a number on here. 386588. So I'm going to look at this casting. I haven't looked this up yet. And see if this is the original casting. And did they add on another set of carbs? Well, that was kind of about that years that they went to these plastic carbs. I just don't know, right? I don't know. Like, is this wrong, or are these another, like, that doesn't work. So then I'm like, what do I do? You know, obviously this is wrong. And that little O-ring that I bought, maybe it needs like a brass insert, which it probably does. And maybe that's missing. They took that all off and they threw it away. And then they made this little piece. They made this little piece And then what are you going to do to fix this problem? So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this back on. Now, it was held on before by I just realized maybe that this piece right here is the actual insert. Then how do I get it out of there? But this would go on further, and then you could, you know, I'm wondering if that's the insert. Guess I could try to push it out without damaging it. But this the other thing is it's not perfectly straight, for one. It's catching on the end there, so it's not really rolling very smooth. Okay, that's that. And then, but my concern is this isn't really, so did this get bent and it just needs to be bent out a little bit? I don't know. I don't know what travel we're going to take on this road, but I've got to try to figure it out. Or do I put this back on? But again, like, you know, I could bend it out and then it would, but it would just barely catch. So I don't think somebody bent this, and I don't want to bend it because then, you know, and I suppose I could shave this little bit of edge off of this. I don't know. I really don't know. So what they had is they had this, and then they put a piece of plastic, like a hose, and they put over it just like that, and that stayed just fine. So I guess I could see if that, this is definitely looks to me like that's the missing piece. Like this was on the inside, but why did they make it longer? Anyway, I'm not sure, you know, like things that make you go, oh yeah. Yeah, that's the original bushing. Yeah, it's exactly what it is. Maybe. So this thing has got, this thing is stepped. Alright, we're getting somewhere, I think. This should be like this. But then what keeps it from, how do you keep it on? Like that would extend it, but then you're gonna have the O-ring to hold this. Then there would be no way to keep that on. Or does this is where the O-ring's supposed to go? Yeah. That's what it is. Huh. Okay. I don't remember ever finding one like this, but maybe this is the way this one is this year. Let's go ahead and put it on. See what it does. So weird. But what would make that? So I think somehow we're going to have a spacer, and that's too big. Oh, I think I know. No. If I can get this back off. Yeah, so I'm not sure what to think of this, because I mean, usually you just replace the O-ring and then, you know, replace the roller cam if you need to. I stab myself in the back finger there. And this little O-ring is kind of expensive. Yeah, I mean, it's totally stepped. So if you went this way, you know. But then this other piece that was on that brass fitting, and that fits over there nice, right? But this is not, it's stepped, so it can't go anyway, but like it would barely go like that. I don't know. We could try it. But it seems like this would just come off. See, I mean, that's not, that would just come off. So, I mean, is this just the way it was supposed to be? And then that's not even resting on the roller. I would trust this better than I would what they had. And it's still doing its job. But I don't know if something like moved where then this is too far out, you know, because you have to have a little bit of movement there. Yeah, what's the missing piece to this puzzle? If you know, let me know. Well, it is working. I did kind of flex a little bit. This thing has got another washer that's supposed to go on this side, but then that moves it further this way, then it's totally missing. Maybe that's why they did that. I took this washer out, you know, and then it's working, but it's resting basically about where the O-ring is. So riddle me that one. I'm not sure I'm understanding, because this is all on correctly. You know, I don't know. I would trust this better than I would the thing they had, because the thing they had, wherever I did with it, I don't know what I did with it. Set it over there, I guess. The thing they had was not perfectly round. So the only thing about this is this rubber O-ring. Just gonna have to replace it every once in a while. Probably last for a long time for this guy. But yeah, wow. Anyway, we're gonna go with that. We need to set our carbs though, and that I'm gonna need to get all my cabling back hooked up. So just anyway, we'll get this all hooked back in, and guess I gotta wait on this too though. I gotta wait. I still need other parts. I need my gasket set, or did I can't remember if I got gasket set or not. Alright,